Good morning, everybody. My name is Genevieve Noel, and welcome back to my channel.
The only heartache that I ever faced was a need of fortune and a dream of fame. I took those empty feelings and turned them into love. It each time, it's the eye in the storm of the universe. I got mine. Where do you think that you will find your
So, for those of you who don't know, I'm doing weekly updates, sometimes bi-weekly like this week because, you know what, I'm not perfect. During the middle of the week, about my pregnancy, I am supposed to be doing, this video is technically week 8, but it's also going to be part of week 9, right? Because I am 9 weeks and I think 3 or 4 days today. And the past 2 weeks have kind of been a blur and rough and stuff. So I'm gonna get down to it. In week 9, the baby grows to the size of a large green olive, which is like, it's like an inch is the point. So he's like an inch. It's pretty great. I'm pretty excited. In week 8, the baby was about the size of a raspberry or half an inch. So the baby's doubled in size in a week, which I think is kind of cool. So throughout week 8 and 9, I have had really similar but weird and a lot of like symptoms. So I'm going to go through those. But like at the beginning of week 8, I was constantly exhausted, and towards the end as well. It's getting a little bit better now, but like the extreme fatigue that I had had throughout my pregnancy so far had gotten a lot worse, but I also couldn't sleep at night. I would wake up at like 4 or 5 and then be up for a couple of hours and then wake up at 9 and not be able to fall back asleep but be just exhausted all day. And I couldn't physically get up and do anything because I was just so tired that my body like couldn't process and it couldn't do anything. So I haven't been doing a whole lot, but I did even less. I didn't go out, we didn't go to the beach, we didn't do anything. I hardly got up off the couch. I could barely make dinner, which is a whole nother thing. But I could barely make food. If I made food, it was just really rough. I also had the worst nausea I've ever had last week and at the beginning of this week, but now it's actually kind of gotten a lot better in the past couple of days. But it was so bad, and I didn't actually end up throwing up, but I was just in pain and feeling sick all the time, and I didn't want to eat, and even when I did eat, it didn't really help like it had been in the past. So I just spent a lot of time trying to do things that just made me not feel bad. Additionally, I had really like weird, like I get randomly dizzy and like weird stuff like that, but I think that's because I wasn't like eating as much as I previously had been eating, just because it was really hard to eat. The smell of food cooking made me want to throw up. It still does, but it's not as bad as it was then because I could not be in the room with someone cooking a meal. And if something gets burnt, I need to leave the room. It's so bad. Oh, just thinking about it makes me want to vomit. But I am finally able to eat cereal again because I couldn't eat cereal after I threw it up the one time. And I don't know if that was the milk or like what, but I've eaten almost a full bowl of cereal today and I feel pretty good about that. I've been a little bit more active, not a ton, but a little bit more, trying to do things every day. The past week, my motivation level was like 0. Like mentally, because I was so tired physically, I just was like, I can't even think about recording a video or cleaning my room or doing our laundry. Like I just could not. And I think that was like a really weird thing to me because I was like, it's not supposed to be like this. But I honestly don't know how people can work and be in their first trimester because I mean, if I had to, obviously I would, but I just don't think I could, you know? Like, I think I would go homesick a lot of days, and I don't go homesick ever. So, just one of those things where I'm like, I don't even know. The really rough part, though, is that I can't do a lot of my hobbies just because I don't have the access to do them. But additionally, I don't have space or brain space to do them, and it's super frustrating, and it's getting me all like flustered. No, I'm still at the point where like if I hear something like yesterday on TV, someone had an Oreo in like a show that we were watching, and I was like, that sounds so good, like mint Oreos and milk. So Gregory had to go to the store and get me a bunch of stuff, specifically mint Oreos and milk. But like now I'm fine. Still have the mint Oreos and milk that I'm gonna eat, but like not really craving anything. You know, it comes and goes, but like once I want something, I want that until I get it. Kind of the same that it has been. The other day I was in the shower and all of a sudden I got like really itchy, almost like I had a rash. And when I itched my skin, and I think it's because the water was warm, it turned really, really bright red. Even if it was like a light scratch. But my whole body was itchy except for like my face. So I don't know if it was the soap that I'm using that I now have to change out, or like if it's the water, or I don't know, I was exfoliating when I did it, so it might be that, but I'm not totally sure. So I've got to modify my shower routine to figure out why, so that it doesn't happen again. And if it does, I have to talk to my midwife because I feel like that shouldn't happen. We have less than 2 weeks until our first midwife appointment. After that appointment, if it confirms everything's good to go and we're good to go, granted I have had no bleeding. It is almost July and I'm really excited because after the 4th of July, there's like 1 week, and then we go to the doctor, and then we can send out our gifts. I'm still waiting on one to be shipped to my house, so I can put it in a box and put a card on top or something, mail it to my parents' house. Okay, I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about. I'm going to show you the bump for weeks 8 and 9. Okay, so this is the belly. When I pull like my dress back, stand tall. Okay, that about wraps up this week's video. If you have any questions, comment down below, I guess. Well, I don't know. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. And if you would like to follow me on this journey as I continue to figure out this whole pregnancy thing, like and subscribe, so then to hit the bell for notifications so you can get updates for when new videos come out. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Love, Genevieve.